What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video where we have just been greeted by the Year 7 Season 1 PTS developer notes. This is where they give us feedback on all of our feedback from the PTS and what we can expect to come in the actual patch notes. So don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. And let's get straight into it. They look pretty lengthy. I am going to go through it all, so this video might be a longer video. But let's just see how we get on. So hello agents, thank you for providing detailed feedback on Year 7 Season 1 PTS. We're very happy to be entering Year 7 of content, and we hope to always count on your help to identify areas of improvement in our updates. We've analysed your responses and we would like to share some insights and outline the next steps in the process. Alright, okay, so starting off what it looks like with scavenging points. So the summary. Spend your scavenging points before Year 7 Season 1 starts. So they're actively telling us to spend them. I did like a Year 7 prep video where I talked about things like this. It wasn't necessarily clear whether they were going to stack them or not, but I guess they want us to spend them all. So now we've got absolute clarity on all 4 of your characters. You must spend your scavenging points because you're going to potentially lose out. So once the update goes live, points will be account bound and cannot be used more than one time in total. New scavenging points will be gifted to your account based on your level and will overwrite what you had before. These changes are all about ensuring fairness and balance, particularly following the release of the Brooklyn DLC, as the current system could turn into a paid advantage with the new DLC features. Below, you'll find a detailed explanation of the changes, along with both short and long-term improvements we're working on. Balance and changes on gear, talents, and new weapons based on the PTS feedback as well. Alright, great. So what they'll be talking about essentially is a level 40 boost. Essentially, if you own level 40 boost, you'll be able to boost and you'll be able to reuse your watch, which would be pretty insane. It would kill the economy, essentially. So it says here, scavenging points. We've noticed a strong reaction from the community regarding scavenging points. This is completely understandable, as the announced change will impact something that has been present in our game for a long time and has come part of the progression mechanic for many of you, which is essentially that we run reels from 30 to 40 so that we can then optimize and expertise our gear. Anticipating the launch of the Brooklyn DLC and the level 40 boost that comes with it, the decision was made to use this opportunity to tackle this issue. The system as we know it was never intended to give some players an unfair advantage or make others feel pressured to spend extra money just to stay competitive. Therefore, newer updates, particularly the level 40 update included in the DLC, which will allow players to fast track their progression through a purchase, required an overhaul of the scavenging point system. Okay, just as we expected and what we said before. While just removing the old mechanic isn't the full solution, it's necessary first to step towards building a better, more balanced system, which sounds great. We truly value our most dedicated veteran players and the time you've invested in our game. For this reason, when the update goes live, you'll get a gift of 100% of your scavenging points back to use it as you want, almost like creating a fresh character and getting those points on it. However, they will overwrite the points you already had, so this is why we're making sure to communicate this in advance. We're sharing this early so you can keep farming the old way as much as you like before the update. Stack, stack, stack is essentially what they're saying. Also, we want to clarify that the new mechanic will not remove the ability to share materials and scavenging points between characters, so it doesn't matter which character you've claimed them from. What it will do is ensure that once you spend your points on one character, those same points cannot be used on another secondary character. The points remain eligible to be used on whichever character you choose, but their use is now tied to your account, making each purchase with them globally final. So just one time use, that's it, they're gone. But you can earn more obviously by leveling up. Lastly, we know that solving this issue requires both short-term improvements and deeper long-term changes. In the short term, what we'll do is multiply the value of the resources you can get with scavenging points by 3. So we're reducing the gap between the old meta and the new system we're creating. Since it's a balance change, we understand that this value might be adjusted when we're committed to listen to your feedback to tweak it further. And we're committed. That's crazy. So they already upped the materials that we're going to get last season on the majority of them apart from flags and clipboard, but now they're going to times it by 3. Which is, to be honest, for flags, that is a huge bottleneck. So for people doing expertise, this is an insane boost. When they go live in year 7, season 1, not only are they going to get the scavenging points refilled, they're going to be worth 3 times as much. So that's everybody getting a huge boost who's not completed expertise right off the rip. Like an absolute huge boost. So basically farming SHD points and getting your SHD score as high as you can before year 7 is insane, right? Is definitely worth it. In the long term, we want to enhance the experience of collecting and spending materials so that it becomes a more meaningful and rewarding part of the game. So basically making it so we don't have to rely on the watch is essentially what they're saying. We are now evaluating how this system will be reworked with a possible reduction of expertise costs. And our goal is to roll out the update within year 7. So not necessarily come in on the 27th. We'll keep you updated and continue to listen to your feedback as we work on these changes. So essentially they're reducing the expertise system massively. Absolutely massively. Increasing scavenging points by 3 is huge. And if they're also going to look at reducing the cost of expertise to get, up to level what will be 30 when the year 7 season 1 launches, they've reduced the cost of that as well. They brought that gap down massively in that system, like the biggest change it's ever had. Like, and it's had some pretty significant changes in costs over the years. So now moving on to new weapons, talents, and gear. So this is good, right? This is good as a whole, especially for newer players or players that don't have enough time to invest into it. It does sound to me like players will get to level 30 fairly easily. So new weapons, talents, and gear. Streamline, that's 87% damage talent. We will implement an adjustment preventing it from triggering when deploying skills, which should help balance its effectiveness, especially in PvP scenarios, even though there's no separate PvP version planned. So that means you're not going to be able to have your shield deployed anymore, which was a huge advantage for it when you were using an assault rifle or an SMG. But essentially, it makes it a very much still a run and gun talent. Like, just don't use a shield now at this point. An LMG or an SMG or an AR with, Banshee Pulse, and, Banshee Pulse will cause it. Well, it's only a short cooldown though. So yeah, it does make it a little bit more strategic in its use than what it was. But it does say also the weapon damage bonus it provides will be reduced, but doesn't tell us how much by. So they are bringing it down a little bit and making it a little bit harder to use. The question is how much are they going to be bringing it down? Nimble exotic knee pads, where you could make yourself pretty much invincible in PvE, but you can't really kill anything at that point. The PvP version of the nimble knee pads will be adjusted to reduce their impact in competitive play. The PvE version remains unchanged. So that's kind of okay, I think. Measured assembly. The cooldown for the huddle talent have been reduced to improve responsiveness, with scaling also adjusted to better reward group coordination. So I wonder what that's going to be then. I wonder if you get the bonuses on less people being within your range. I didn't think the cooldown. I think you can bring that cooldown. If you use the full set, you can bring that really low down anyway. It feels like it might almost be instant now. So that's definitely interested. It's a shame it's not providing, soak up grenade. We really would have liked that to get bonuses, but yeah, I think it might actually be useful now. So yeah, good changes. They've clearly listened in some respect for sure. The pecan, I'm definitely interested in this one. So it says here with the pecan, we've made several adjustments to the pecan based on feedback. The weapons talent now offers a more just can't talk. Maybe this is the point where I should start editing. Anyway, let's crack on. The weapons talent now offers a more impactful magazine size bonus per stack. That's good, right? Because essentially it was kind of just to the point that we've got a Bullet King. Why do we even need this? Additionally, the optics mod now provides stronger weapon damage bonus. The muzzle mod has been reworked to improve reload speed instead of critical hit chance, while the underbarrel mod now grants a significant critical hit chance. Oh, nice. I reckon they probably doubled the underbarrel mod and then put in a reload speed mod, which is what was a huge pain with that because of the base gun that it was based on. The reload speed was weird. That actually could be really good now. So we've got essentially off the feedback from the PTS, it's now going to have a better magazine size adjustment on the talent. It's going to have more damage, faster reload speed, and still maintain its critical hit chance bonus. That could be really good now. I'm really looking forward to that. That's definitely a peak change. Final notes. We're confident that the upcoming season will be a great celebration and tribute to the roots of the Division franchise. As you return to Brooklyn with the DLC and the experience, the features planned for Season 1, we hope you'll feel the same strong sense of nostalgia that filled our studio during development. We have a lot in store for the coming year. We're excited to move forward on this journey with your support. As some of you may have noticed, we've gone through some internal restructuring within the community team, and we're looking to build a closer relationship with all of you, making sure your voices are always heard and bringing you information and context whenever possible around the decisions we're making. Keep sending us your feedback, and we hope to have a blast when May the 27th arrives. And obviously, you'll have noticed when we did the live stream with Leo, he's a new addition to the community team as well. So do check out his socials and say hi to him as well. He's actually a really cool guy. I was lucky enough to meet him on my studio visit in Malmo. But yeah, good changes all around. I think the RPK especially, definitely interested to test measured assembly again. Nimble was just nimble. It's something I wouldn't particularly use anyway. Interested to see what they've reduced Streamline to. I honestly thought they would just go with a flat reduce rather than changing how the talent works. But yeah, definitely interested to see how that works out as well. I think in conjunction, when you mix it with the Alpha Bridge mask that's coming in this season, I think this will actually be a really, really cool addition, but I guess we will see. If it ends up being less than flatline, that would be interesting. You know, people just probably wouldn't bother with it, but I guess we'll see how that works out. Nothing about giving us the Alpha Bridge mask early. It looks like it's still going to be the season reward. I was really hoping they were going to change that around and, you know, give us something else for the season reward, but kind of is what it is. But yeah, good notes all around. Definitely happy with some of the changes. The scavenging point system, we can understand why they're doing it, so definitely interested to see on where they take the economy and how we're going to be able to, you know, earn materials better moving forward. But yeah, good communication, some very strong points in there. Let me know what you think, as always, in the comments down below, and I look forward to reading them. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.